All right, Erin, it's nice to meet you finally, to see your beautiful face. I asked you to be on my podcast today because Truth and Reconciliation is nearing in a few days. It's very important to me because of my children, but I love to share other people's stories. So please, Erin, tell me about yourself.
Thank you, Maleta. It
You're
is a
welcome.
pleasure to be here. And yeah, I'm pretty thankful with the Truth and Reconciliation Day and the opportunity that it affords everyone really
Mm,
to reflect on Canada's troublesome history and how to move forward,
yeah,
as citizens and people who, hopefully care about each other.
great, great. That's the
Yeah,
biggest part.
it
Well, so
really
tell me a
is.
little bit about yourself then.
So I am a creative person. I have always done sewing and um learned how to make jewelry and such, but it wasn't until I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis that I really
Mm,
started kind of exploring those creative endeavors. I guess as opportunities kind of closed in with my body not cooperating every day
right.
as it should be, that um
Hmm.
yeah, those interferences, those pesky, neurology going on.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
uh, yeah, so but I still was able to um get married and have two kids and then went back to school and got my teaching degree and when my children were little we lived in Fort Smith Northwest Territories. It was like
What?
really remote, like Treaty 8 territory. And we went to the Slave River Rapids often. And that was a big challenge for me with MS because I could, it was very hard to walk at all, never mind to go
Hmm.
on a hike to the rapids. But I had friends who helped out, and it was just one
Oh,
step at a time, and we had all
yeah.
the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Fort Smith,
Yes.
I grew up in Pine Point, Northwest Territories.
It's just right, like neighborly. That's amazing.
Like my youngest,
That's really remote.
yeah, my
Yeah.
youngest brother was born in Hay River. So this is just so, oh my gosh, wow.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, and so when I was in Fort Smith,
Yeah,
getting down to those rapids, my friends would be out exploring them or doing the white water rafting, all of those,
yeah.
really physical activities. And so I would just kind of hang back at the beach.
Oh,
And at the time, uh, I was looking at everything, just inspecting the beach and the things that had
yeah.
washed up. And there were these little gifts of petrified wood. They had been like just like worked through the rapids. I'm sure you'd seen them, right? They
Yeah.
just look like discarded tree trash,
Yeah.
but that they're petrified wood. And I
Mm,
saw so many beautiful things in them. And so that was where I started collecting them and drying them out. And I've had these things hanging around for 20 years and still am making jewelry from them.
oh
And
my gosh.
and so in terms of truth and reconciliation,
Mm,
I wouldn't be able to do that if it weren't for society having moved forward and saying, yes, treaty rights matter, and we have to follow through with allowing Indigenous people to do their
mm,
harvesting, to do
right.
the nature keeping. Like
Oh,
there's so much that's important. So when I moved down here, there was even more opportunity for harvesting, and I learned about sweetgrass and all of the unique things to Treaty 6 territory, which has
yeah.
been really fascinating. And so yeah, just all of the growth and change and trying new things for me as a person with
Hmm.
disabilities is just
Yeah.
been really important.
Wow.
Mhm.
So how was it when it sounds like you were diagnosed many eons ago and you've
25
managed?
years. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a long,
What?
long time. Yeah. And so for the first 3 years, I was on an intramuscular injection, and I had to inject
Okay.
myself weekly.
Okay.
And that was, it was really stressful, but it was
Yeah.
also just the beginning of like learning about how to manage this
For
beast,
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Wow.
when I was planning to have children, I had to go off of the medication
Okay.
and had to be off it for 6 months before I could conceive. And so there's a great deal of planning that had to go, around that and into it.
Hmm.
And it worked
Wow.
out pretty well. Pregnancy was tremendous for
Yeah.
me because it, like, all of the attention in the body went to the baby and making sure that it was taken care of. And so it was the best time of my life with multiple sclerosis. It was like
Oh, wow.
complete remission, and I got to have just a regular old pregnancy. And then because Fort Smith also has midwives, I got to have
Oh.
two natural births with midwives present, and it was just amazing. I've never had such a
Oh.
tale to tell.
Yes, that is so wonderful to hear. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. It's like
Yeah.
there's a gift in that when you get, when you get diagnosed, obviously there's that devastation from the initial news, but it looks like
Hmm.
you've like embraced it in a way, that you've done good with it. Like you raised
Yeah.
children. My goodness.
I got divorced. I got like, just
You
the
girl,
whole
you rock
normal
it.
experience.
Yes. Because there's quite a few people that I do know with MS who like it advanced within 10 years. So do you think there's what is what why is that some people have
Well,
it
there's different
advanced?
types. If we're
Okay, yeah.
honest, like there's different types. And
Yeah.
so I'm fortunate to have the relapsing remitting. And so
Okay.
my illness will have a relapse, and I'll get ill, and
Hmm.
then it'll heal itself to some extent.
Okay.
And other people have it's just relapsing, like it just goes and it's just downhill, and there's no
Yeah.
reprieve. And
Oh,
so,
wow.
and there's no guarantee which kind you're going to get, or what
Hmm.
any given moment of any day is going to look like. And so,
Wow.
that unpredictability is kind of the
Hmm.
hallmark of
Yeah.
this particular illness.
Wow.
Hmm.
Well, you just educated me right there. So thank you for that. Wow. Wow, that's great. But I did hear of one of my friends, they have a couple, like the husband was diagnosed with
Oh,
MS,
yeah.
but the wife was a nurse and
Hmm.
you couldn't tell. She took really good care of him. So
Oh
he
my
was able
goodness.
to, yeah, so like you, 25 plus years. So
Hmm.
um, so do you think that plays in a factor too? Like how well you eat,
Absolutely.
obviously, and
Yeah,
yeah.
support, for sure, support.
Hmm.
You, you
Yeah.
know, it's that, that's a gift in itself when you
Yeah.
have some, people around you rallying like that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing for sure.
Yeah,
That's
because
great.
your quality of life would, be exponentially better.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. Well, let's go back now to the petrified wood and what you're doing today. Talk to me about that, please.
Yes. So that's how my business Wood started. Um, because I, found this wood and was
Yeah.
curating it in different ways,
Hmm.
and always having upcycled goods as well, living remotely,
Good, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like taking old clothes and making them into
Yeah.
something different. I took my dad's old 1970s polyester suit and turned it into an evening gown at one point, like just so much fun. I didn't even have a sewing machine.
Yes.
I spent weekends and just hand stitched.
Oh, that's so lovely. That's the best.
You have to follow your crafting heart, like it's when the best things happen, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's an original for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so I
Wow.
haven't stopped doing those things. It's just what my body is capable of doing and allowing me
Right.
to. So I've
Yeah.
learned how to do beading and been making some medicine pouches because I was gifted some hide and beaver fur and
Oh,
some beads. And, you make the most of what you've got, whatever
yeah,
it happens to
absolutely.
be. Hmm.
Wow. And so whatever you're given, you seem to have that creative mindset of like, okay, I know what to do with this right away, right? Yeah.
Yes. Right
Wow, what
after
a
my
gift.
dad passed, oh, sorry, it was right prior to my dad passing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was visiting at his care home, thank you.
Hmm.
And there were feathers everywhere. And I had never seen the like of it. And it felt like such a gift in the moment. And I walked around and I said, Sorry, Dad, I have to harvest. And I just went around collecting all of these feathers. And they were
Yeah.
grimy, some of them, but it didn't matter. It was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna utilize this. This is something special. And so I did. I
Hmm.
combined them with Swarovski crystals and silver, and they're just so elegant looking as earrings. Like
Wow.
really stunning, and they mean something to me because,
Mhm.
it was one of a kind and something that
Yeah.
was really close to my heart. My
Yeah.
dad gave me a hard time about it. Oh, Erin, you're just like a child. And I was a compliment. Like, thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely, for sure. It sounds like to me that every piece kind of has a story.
Yes. Yeah, it
Oh,
really does.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that is so precious. Wow. So how long have you been doing wood now? Wood.
Wood,
Yeah.
let's see, maybe about 10 years.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I've done a few things. When I was learning how to paint with acrylics, I was okay doing the subject matter itself,
Okay.
but the backgrounds, I was like, they would just be floating there, the
Yeah.
subject. And it
Yeah.
didn't look that great. So I had to practice doing backgrounds. So I went to
Wow.
Goodwill and I bought paintings and or prints, sorry, and then started just whiting out the backgrounds
Okay.
and changing wherever they were, whatever setting they were in. And so it became like an almost an obsession, I'd say, where I would
Wow.
find Jesus Christ paintings. Like I found so many white Jesus and it was the perfect thing. And so I whited out the backgrounds and put baby Jesus in space with his papa protecting him with an AK-47. There's another one where he's in a school as a visitor, and how the pose is often he's
Yeah.
standing like this, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I put in one hand a banana and in the other one a condom
Yeah.
because, of course, he would teach sexual health education.
Yeah.
And the name of that painting is Immaculate Contraception.
Yep. Sure.
I try to be a little bit, kind of fun
Yeah.
or snarky or,
Yeah. Yeah.
irreverent
Yeah.
sometimes. So that's been a lot of fun for me too,
Wow.
is healing some of those childhood Catholic school traumas as well, coming to
Right,
terms,
right.
finding
Yeah.
my own spiritual path.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Let's talk
Yeah.
about your childhood being raised up in Fort Smith. Is that where you were born
No, I was
or
born in BC and then we moved to Rankin Inlet actually when I was 10. So we lived
wow.
way over in Nunavut for a lot of years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you know the
Yeah.
winters like I did too.
Oh,
Wow.
it was something. It was terrifying some
Yeah.
days, getting
Yeah.
lost in those whiteouts and
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Just
Yeah.
pure white. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's
Hmm.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did we don't have to delve really into it, but like what are your feelings on Truth and Reconciliation, the residential school, all that?
Hmm.
Well, let's talk about that for a little bit since this is what, our subject matter
Hmm.
is at hand. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was a 60 scoop survivor. She
Okay.
was just moved around from foster care home to foster care home
Mm,
after her mother passed away, and
mm,
her dad was an alcoholic and couldn't care for her the way that she needed. And
mm,
they did not put her with Indigenous people. They put
right.
her, in other families that
Yeah.
were not healthful, they were harmful.
Hmm.
And so, she carried that with her, and
Yeah.
it didn't, for everything. My mom is a really she's like a really childlike person herself and just full of
Oh,
wonder and um I guess I'm her mini me to some extent when people see us together. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I don't mind looking like my mom.
sure.
But what
Wow.
yeah,
So yeah.
we've been all over and lived in so many communities that were isolated and like just primarily First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and
Mm.
were embraced by those communities, and
Oh.
so we saw it was just nothing but love, in all honesty.
Oh, that's
I
so
mean,
beautiful.
as a community member, as a child, there was bullying and there were, those other things of
Right.
being a person of difference or,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
Just the next, they called us kablunok, which is the Inuit word for pot-bellied white man, I believe.
Oh, my goodness.
I know,
Okay.
I know. It was a stereotype, but anyway.
Yeah, 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 for sure. So your mom and you, like, so, with all the circumstances that experiences, you seem to be a very positive person.
Well, it's a choice, like
Yeah.
it's not you just can't go through life
Oh,
full of bitterness and
yeah.
resentment. It's like taking poison and waiting for the other person to die.
Right.
And
That's a good
I
point.
can't remember who says that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of those lovely quotes, but
Hmm.
yeah, and that's a personal philosophy. And so I've just
Yeah.
been trying and trying and trying to make myself authentic and honest in this life and just
Hmm.
pursuing my heart's desires.
Oh my gosh, and it seems to be going a good way for you. So that is awesome. Wow.
More and more all
Wow.
the time, especially
Yeah.
when I open up to new experiences like this, meeting someone
Yeah.
new, going out to the YEG Empowering You event. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds tremendous. The work that you're putting into it, I
Thank
think
you.
it's really, really unbelievable the amount of participants that you have on
Yeah.
that list.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the indigenous part was really, really important to me. Like we're gonna have that
Hmm.
TP, and we're gonna have some powwow dancers and just
Yes.
I really am all about inclusion. I'm
Hmm.
really about not leaving anybody out. And so
Hmm.
that's important to me, right? We're going to have a sensory room. We're going to have an LGBTQ2S plus, like so many
Hmm.
letters, right?
Yeah.
These rooms are to show everybody attending that I am really about welcoming every single human on this planet. So that's
Hmm.
what's important to me.
Right. And so are you a representative of Northwest College? Is that
No, I say we, me.
yeah.
Um I think it truly became a gift because through my business, my first trade show that I ever participated in, a lady who you will meet, Cheryl Wang, she came up to my booth and she works for Norquest and she was really interested in the work I do. And just in the last 3 years, she's just been my champion.
Oh
She's gotten
wow.
me involved with so much in Norquest. I'm on committees now. I've met, I think, half the staff of Norquest. I've been, invited to workshops and you name it. I've just been really amalgamated into that family, I guess you can say.
Okay.
And then for some reason this year, like this is my third annual event. Last year, I got approached about it and I wasn't, the event takes a lot out of me. It's a lot
Yeah.
of hours of organizing and we're like how many weeks left and I'm really like
Hmm.
really full speed ahead. So at the end of the evening and basically my body crashes. Like I'm just like
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And so I take a couple months to relax. So when I got approached it last fall, I'm like, I'm not ready yet to talk about it.
Yeah.
I need to, what do you call it? To recuperate. And
Yes.
so by January, I was ready to rock and roll. And I kind of let the universe creator just just give me whatever. And
Hmm.
I just said yes to whatever. I was like flowing down the river and it's like, here, let me give you this, let me give you this. Okay, sort of thing. So in the spring, Norquest approached me again and I said, okay, this is a sign. So here
Right.
we are. Yeah. So
Oh, wonderful.
it's just been amazing. But yeah, enough about me. This is about you. You're so funny. I'm so glad to have you to be participating with your business and just hopefully you get to make these incredible connections. And I want it to be a party more than a stuffy corporate little, whatever trade show or whatever. But like I said, it's inclusive and welcoming, and I really want to keep it
Mhm.
that way. And I'm growing every year. I get feedback, and there's going to be some negatives. I'm going to learn from that. So that's what we all
Yeah,
do, right? So
that's it. You
yeah.
have to, right? What is life for if not that?
The learning, yeah, some learning curves. I'm like, why is this happening to me? But like in my mind it was like, no, this event is so important to me. And this year the big the big subject matter is mental health.
Mm,
It's that visible non-visible, sorry, yeah, non-visible disability, you know
yeah.
and it's really important to me. And so I'm pushing it to the forefront, giving the platform. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm glad you're going to be there too.
I'm so very excited because I'm like truly ready just to be, to be social and to meet other people that might have disabilities, that, that might have accessibility needs like I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, I feel like I've been kind of just hibernating for a couple years or something.
Oh my
Getting
gosh,
used
why?
to being
Do I-
disabled and yeah,
Oh yeah.
I've only been on disability retirement for the
Mm.
last 6 or 7 years or so, and
Oh,
just
okay.
getting used to like what does that mean? Because I'm a trained
Yeah.
teacher. Like that was,
Wow.
like my jam. I
Yeah.
absolutely love teaching. I miss it so much. And I did teach on reserve too at Samson Cree Nation
Wow. Oh,
in
you did?
Muskogee. Yeah, I had the
Wow.
chance to teach for 2 years there. Hmm.
That's amazing.
It was a dream
Wow.
come true for me to get to work with kids right,
Yeah.
in the thick of it. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. So
Hmm.
what are your feelings on Indigenous children today? What's on the news today is Samuel Bird, right? Like
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just from what it was. I'm planning to volunteer with my kids
Hmm.
at the command post downtown there, but I remember when they were just starting to search for him, and it grew. It's all over
Yeah.
Canada now. So, you
Yeah.
know, it's really
But
unfortunate that it was
the
him
indigenous
to take it
people that are
to,
doing that too, though, right? Like
yeah,
it's indigenous led, and it's that community
yeah,
spirit that's coming together
yeah.
in the search. And
Hmm.
this is part of it's part of breaking down the systematic
Yes,
racist industrial complexes that exist that
absolutely.
were not created to help indigenous people.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
we know that they're
Hmm.
intended to harm,
Yeah.
and the harm is continuing. And to
Hmm.
see indigenous people still be strong and stand together,
Yeah.
and continue to search for our missing brethren and sisters,
And
like
sisters, yeah. Right.
it doesn't seem to end.
Yeah.
The It's ongoing genocide,
Yeah.
and that's where the reconciliation is coming in, because the truth is
Hmm.
there.
Yep.
We know the truth. There's no more denial. There's no more
Hmm.
ignoring it.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely up to uh I want to say the settlers to to look into the 94 calls to action that came out of the Truth and Reconciliation Committee,
Yeah.
to look at how there isn't clean drinking water on every reserve
Hmm.
yet.
Yeah.
How, it's just it's nonstop. Indigenous kids
Hmm.
are still dying in care,
Yeah.
and we FNMI are intended to be sovereign peoples.
Hmm.
We are. We're meant to be sovereign nations and
Yeah.
self-guided. And I truly hope that that is the future that we're headed towards.
Yeah.
You know, um,
Yeah,
but hope
absolutely.
is that's kind of what we got right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that hope is got to carry forward for sure. I was yesterday I was at a I was at the park, Laurier Park, and one of the elders there were knowledge keepers. They were doing fire teaching for us,
Mm,
and it was just really powerful. And they asked a question about, what does fire mean to you? And most of us said,
mm,
well, it it lights, our way, and it heats our
mm,
food, and he gave us a very different perspective, and he did talk about, hopefully, the new generation of children don't have to carry that trauma anymore from the past, right? His hope
mhm.
is that, right? It's all about hope,
Yeah,
so that's a big thing. But yeah, I'm so grateful that we're having this discussion, and creating that awareness, right,
yeah.
for the non-indigenous. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on October 15th. But before we end our session here, I really have an important question to ask you, and that is, what matters to you?
I would say the thing that truly matters to me is kindness, almost more than anything. Kindness to animals, to people, and to ourselves. We could all use a little bit more kindness.
Yeah, and to the earth too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, that's a whole other day of
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
that
talk
subject.
about. Well, Erin, thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate this discussion so much. I really look forward to spending more time with you on October 15th with everyone else, and I'm happy this is happening.
Thank you so much, Malida. This has been a real treat, and I also look forward to October 15th.
Awesome. Thank you.